old tub. Yeah. Back in old tub. Big B beer reviews and he's back in the groove. At the damn bar with the shindigs and brews. Came a long way from the bottom of his shoes. They call him Mel Booger.
Welcome back, y'all, to the damn bar for another Big B beer review. Alrighty then, I'm super excited because here we are, the first homebrew of 2026, and it is a Pinter brew. What we have here is the Brewgooder Hazy India Pale Ale Remixed. It is an India Pale Ale from the Pinter Brew Kits, brewed here at the Alanean Brewing in my garage in Zephyr Hills, Florida. And I got it up to 4.46 ABV. Alrighty then. So, it's actually supposed to be 5% ABV. I let it, and I was brewing this in the beginning of the year here in Florida where the temperature dropped quite a bit, and I'm not one to use my heater unless I absolutely have to, and we did it a few days there, but like right now, it's scorching hot outside right now if you ask me. But yeah, I followed it with inside this thing right now is a tilt hydrometer, so I let it condition longer. And I waited until it went several days at the same gravity. And that's what I call it. So this one actually took longer than normal because of that cold spell, I think. And I'm going to start just following that procedure anyways. Whenever I see that the gravity hasn't changed in a couple days, and it's usually close to the time that it's supposed to be ready anyways, that's it. I started this on January the 25th, 2026. And I'll put the information up here. And the original gravity was like 1.046, and the final gravity is 1.012. But it's all right there. It should be, you can see in this, the graph, and it shows you the information basically. It calculated itself. I never even knew that was there. I'm learning more about that tilt hydrometer the more I'm using it, you know. Before I just took a picture, screenshot, and did the math myself. This thing did the math for me, and it came out to 4.46. So, quick fun fact. This is the 74th homemade beer that I've made in my lifetime. 74 homemade beers by me, Big B. And this is the 20th Pinter. Most of them have been the Mr. Beer kits, and I've actually ordered more. So make sure you stay tuned because a lot of those are going to be, I've ordered a bunch of the ones that started my channel off almost 5 years ago or so when I started homebrewing. I got the beginning ones. I'm going to re-review them here at the damn bar. Remaking them and re-reviewing them. But we're here for this one now. The Brewgooder Hazy IPA Remixed. So, all right. I'm ready to get into it. Alrighty then, here we go. Got my Pinter glass that came with it. And here we go, the first pour. The first pour of my homebrew in 2026. Oh, that came out right away. Oh boy. That was eager to come out of there. Now so far, oh damn, I had the drip there too, yep. I usually hold it under there. Quick pro tip if you're a Pinter brewer. Always wait a minute or press back on the handle. Sometimes speeds it up, but there's always at least a little secondary stream that comes out when you stop. You'll learn that fast, you know. Most of you that's been brewing with Pinter, you know what I'm talking about. And you can always like kind of press back on the handle, that'll do it. The first pours is when it's usually a little tricky and stuff. So if you're a new Pinter brewer, just beware that this sucker will, after you pull it away, like 2-3 seconds later or so, or whatever, it has a nice steady stream that comes out for a second. Now that is, wow. These Pinters have been amazing, I gotta say. One of the easiest homebrews ever. Yeah, they're all around great, and 19 out of 20 have been fantastic. You know, they've all turned out great. There's only one that had an issue. Oof. Oh boy. Very, very fruity. Pineapple. Mainly pineapple. I'm getting on the nose of that. Oh man. Yeah, definitely getting pineapple the most, but it's got a very strong tropical smell. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but you'll get a look in a minute. You get a nip of the head. I'll get another one. Pineapple. Little piney and pineapple all in one. The hoppiness is great. The first pour, the head's usually always fantastic. It's definitely hazy. It's a beautiful beer. Take a look. All right, there you have it. The hazy. This is the box that they come in. The kit and all that comes in there and stuff, you know. Nothing really fancy to see, you know. All right. Here we have it. The first homebrew in 2026. And she's a beauty. Definitely hazy. Looks very juicy, if I must say. Nice head retention for the first pour there, and good lacing. Good lacing, my God. Color-wise, come on now. I think kind of, there we go. All right, I'm going to say that's about a 6 or a 7. All right. If you're watching at home, crack them open, pour them up. Let's get to drinking. All righty. I'm ready to get into this bad boy. Here we go. First homebrew of 2026. Salud. Wow. Man. Those Brits know how to make some beer. They know how to make a craft beer experience easy at home. I gotta say, because the whole Pinter thing is from the UK. I like that. I've got no qualms with the UK. Man. Wow. Yeah. Wow. I got no qualms at all. Damn, I never have. God save the king. Yeah, wow. As a matter of fact, it's funny because we're watching that show, The Crown. We're rewatching it actually because we liked it so much the first time a few years ago. We're watching it again. This is fantastic. This tastes like I went to a brewery, like I went here to, I'm pretty sure Brewgooder, if I'm not mistaken, when I looked it up, is a brewery in England. I'm not 100% sure on that. But it's a brewery. It's an actual brewery, and this is their version. They do collaborations with Pinter. This tastes like I went there, and I'm getting it poured out on draft. I mean, fantastic. It's wonderful. Fruity, medium bodied, medium light in the body, well carbonated. Wow. Pineapple, mango. Nice. It's not super bitter for an IPA. That's the one thing that's throwing me off. It's not super bitter, but it's got a bitter finish. Up front, you're getting hit with the pineapple and the mango. And then the bitter finish comes in last. You know, you get that hoppy, kind of a piney finish. That's delicious, though. Man, it tastes so fresh. And even said it right, fresh. Man, they don't put the ingredients on there. Wonder what they're putting in. You know what I mean? You know it. But they're the UK. I don't know. Man, that's delectable. I'm disappointed that it did not come out to the full ABV as advertised. It's supposed to be 5%. Did not make it to 5%. And I let it condition our brew. I let it ferment longer. Even with the colder temperatures and stuff, I let it, you know, maybe that had an effect on it. If so, okay, fine. It's 4.46, so I'm not really crying about it that bad. You know, it's just, it fell short. The flavor is phenomenal. This is nailing a craft beer all the way. Like I said, I feel like I went to the brewery and I'm getting this on tap. This is wonderful. Man. As much as I hate to say it, I really like this system. I hate to say it because it doesn't feel like real home brewing when you know what real home brewing is. This is like home brewing for like the person that doesn't really want to home brew, but he wants the home brew experience or taste. Because you just dump it in there, you shake it up, and you let it sit. You know, the process is very easy compared to most home brew. If you were to make real homemade beer from scratch, like they used to, like they've done for the most until this was created, and even the Mr. Beers, what I used was the easy plug and play kind of thing, and that was still way more involved. You're cooking stuff. It takes time, lots of cleaning, sanitizing, lots of equipment, stuff like that. This is an all-in-one system, and I sound like I'm a salesman for them right now, you know, but it works. And it's a real hydrometer that I bought separate. It's not owned by them or nothing. I got a hydrometer floating around in here, and this is producing real quality beer. I can't deny that. I can't deny that. And usually when you get the ones that are collaboration beers like this one, they're usually spot on. I need to go back. I'm going to get the ones that are theirs, the Pinter brand ones, because from my experience, those came out lower than advertised, way lower than advertised ABVs. And we'll go back to that. But man, look at that. Wow. Fantastic, fantastic. Food-wise, I know I just rambled on there forever. I'm sorry. Food-wise with this one, because of its mellowness, it's not really super bitter. You know, this would go great with pizza. A good pizza, like a good margarita pizza, or you know, the margarita with just the basil and the mozzarella. That would go great with that. Man, that would be my thing, a pizza, but like a margarita pizza. Yeah. All right. On the interwebs, on Untapped with 260 reviews, this gets a 3.65. Now, would I buy this one again? I'll put the pricing information up here next to me. So basically, I know I didn't pay that full amount, but I have a subscription and it's a little, I get a discount and stuff. But if you were to buy it for yourself without the subscription for some reason, after adding a 7% sales tax, $34.23 for the kit. And it produces roughly 12 pints, and I think you actually get more. But it definitely produces 12. I've done the testing. I got a pint glass, and I've measured them out, and I got over 12. I think I got like 13 and a half or something, I believe. But it gets like 190 something ounces. Either way, it's about $2.85 a pint. And no, that's not a pint glass, even though the Pinter gives you this tiny glass. And that's roughly 18 cents an ounce after taxes. That's not bad at all. Most macro beers and stuff are, well, not macro beers. Most craft beers are more expensive than that. You know, you go to a brewery near you and you buy a beer, if you do the math, you're spending 25 cents or so an ounce. So you're making this at home, you're getting this wonderful craft beer experience taste for, God bless it, I sound like I'm trying to sell this thing to you guys. They should be hiring me or something, or at least give me enough of it, Brian, enough. Anyways, it's good. I would buy this one again. This one's good. Out of having some of the other ones, I don't think I'd pick this one out of the others. It's not my favorite one so far. I think my favorite one was the Appalachian was really good, but they had some other good ones. It's definitely good. It's not knocking my socks off, but it's good. With that being said, Memory Bells. I'm going to give this one 4 out of 5 Memory Bells. Craveability, 7.5 out of 10. Big B beer review grade. I'm gonna give this one a B+. You're probably like, wow, I thought you were gonna give it an A+ easily. No, it ain't that tier level. It's good, but it ain't A+ good. But it's definitely good. Yeah, wow. So I got a few more Pinter brews lined up to go, and I'll probably get them cooking here soon. You know, get those in the lineup. I just made a big order from Mr. Beer to get some of those, like I told you. And these are the beers that started the channel. If you go back on my oldest videos, you'll see that those beers way back when all I was doing was basically making a log in a sense, sort of. But I'm re-reviewing those beers, and I'm going to review them here at the damn bar and see if they've changed the recipe or anything, or see if I enjoyed them as much as I did then. But stay tuned. I got plenty of those home brews, actual beer reviews with craft beers, any beer, and blind taste challenges, mystery blind taste challenges, and I'm also going to try to go back, visit my old videos, pick the food that, you know, the beer and the food, and get the food, and I'm going to eat the food and do the comparison here at the damn bar. I'm going to try to squeeze that in this year. Make sure you don't miss out by subscribing. It's completely free. Doesn't cost you anything at all. I promise you. 2026 doesn't cost you anything for a subscription. Come on, it's a no-brainer. You just hit that subscription button. You know, it helps the channel to grow. And I hope to see y'all here at the damn bar for the next one. Till next time, salute and happy days.